Hey guys, it's Amanda. I am going to do part 2 to the story that I did, or that I posted a few days ago. This one's called The Playroom. I walked in and was immediately in awe of the room. The first thing I noticed, surprisingly, was the cylindrical shape of the room. It didn't make sense how it could fit into this building, the shape. It didn't make sense how it could fit in the building, this shape. The floors and the walls were white, disturbingly white. It was like you saw somebody with snow white veneers, and they were so perfect, they made you feel uncomfortable. They were so clean, it almost glittered. The walls of the cylinder room were lined with shelves and racks, each holding tools, saws, surgical instruments, and restraints. From the ceiling hung 3 big leather contraptions. It took me a while to figure out, but they were restraint swings. In the center was a chair that looked similar to a dentist chair. It had a Mayo instrument stand positioned beside it with a sterile sheet. On the sheet was orthopedic instruments. Lots of hooks, retractors, surgical hammers, and things that resembled pliers. They were so clean they sparkled. For a minute, I was in a trance. Shock is a weird thing. When you find yourself going through the motions of shock, it seems like we get caught up in the most mundane things. I think it's our coping mechanisms for our brain. I heard another bang and I snapped out of it. I looked up, and to the right of the chair I saw another metal door. Whatever was making that noise was coming from there. By now I'm scared, and my brain is now allowing me to understand the heaviness I'm feeling in this room. I shouldn't be here. I wish I never walked in here. I walked towards the metal door. I didn't want to. It was like in the scary movies where the dumb white girl, or where the dumb it was like in the scary movies where the dumb white people run towards the danger. I was that dumb white girl. As I approached the door, I realized that if I proceeded, then nothing would ever be the same again. Even at such an age, or even at such a young age, I was aware of the magnitude of this. I pushed the door and it opened. A part of me was hoping it would be locked. I entered a small hallway, all black, clean black marble floors. Clean black marble walls. In the hallway I saw 6 doors, 3 on each side. The doors had a small window in the top of each. I imagine that's what doors in a psych ward would look like. Maybe not as expensive though. My parents sure loved marble. For a second I thought I was there. For a second I forgot while I was there. And bang! I looked around and it was the second door on my right. That's where the noises were coming from. Just turn around now, my smartest part of my brain told me. No, go ahead and check it out. This slow part of my brain clapped back. I had to. I walked up to the second door on the right. I took a deep breath before I mustered up the courage to stand on my tippy toes and have a peek. I pressed my hands against the cold, clean marble and raised up on my toes. I reached the window with my eyes, but I saw nothing. I peered into the room for anything or anyone in the room, but I saw nothing. Help! A woman banged against the window. A woman banged against the window so hard it vibrated my face, me rearing backwards onto the hard floor. Although it happened so fast, I still saw more than I wanted to. She was Asian. Her head had been shaved, and from her right temple was thick, dry blood. When she banged with her arms only. I knew this because she had no hands. Fresh stitches lined the smooth sides of where her wrist should connect to her arms, to her hands. I jumped back and bolted. I ran out of the hallway and back into the white room. When I was I was almost to the door when I heard the metal door at the top of the stairs shut. "Crap," I said in a whisper. I looked around for a place to hide, but there was nowhere I could go unseen down here. "No, Katie, I'm not coming back to the office today. I'll be back on Monday. Just take whatever inquiries from my upcoming surgeries and put them on my desk. I'll get back to everyone then." It was my dad. I turned around so fast that I was spinning and ran back into the black hallway. I ran into the second door on the left and entered the room. Thankfully, it was empty. I heard him in the white room. I sat in the corner of my hands, wrapping around my legs and pleading to God in the weakest whimper. Then I heard the door. My heart stopped. I couldn't breathe. I was in full-blown flight or fight. Dad approached stage and lazy. "Knock, knock," he laughed. "Are you ready, Marie?" I could hear him smiling in his voice. "No, please, sir. Please, I'd not say anything. I'd not say anything," she screamed. It hurt my ears. Her accent was thick and full of dread. I covered my ears and kept wishing I'd wake up. But this was no dream. Who was this new man that I called Dad? How long has this been going on? What would happen to me if he found out about this? Whatever this is. My whole life was turned upside down. Everything was a lie. I wasn't like them, was I? I snapped back from my thoughts as I heard her screams trickle off in the distance. He dragged her out into the white room. It felt like hours went by before I heard another sound. A loud sound rippled through every part of my body. Even being separated by metal doors and marble walls, I felt it. It was a sound I knew, the sound I've heard about on Bring Your Kid to Work Day. It was a bone saw. Okay. Since my camera is almost dying, I'm going to do part 3 in a separate video, but it will be the same. I'll do it right away so I can post them together. I just don't want my camera to die in the middle of one of these, because I've already read up to part 5 out of the 8, and I don't really want to repeat a lot of these, so I'm going to do part 3 in the next video, and hopefully nothing dies. Okay.